Okay, as most people will know, that if you're a writer, you write to get, not to get things out, to kind of make things stop, by only writing and concentrating on one thing at a time, and that's the word that you're writing. And sometimes when you're writing in your journal, you get to the point where you don't know that you're writing anymore, and you've kind of not escaped into a new story or anything, but yourself. It's not about what it is that you are writing down or that you can read it or somebody else can. It's so that later you can have this sense of discovery. And a lot of times I will write things and I never read them right away. I don't look for corrections or grammar or anything like that. I just want to get it down simply because I need to organize my thoughts. And a lot of times if I feel like I do more reading than writing, but I'll go through like a couple years ago and look over some things, and it seems like I go through the same cycle. So it's almost like, okay, writing today, it's my own personal way of helping myself, like 3 years from now. So right now that it's 2012, reading books from like 2010 that's 2 years old, I realize my life's really not that bad comparing it to how it was then. Or I give myself advice, or I try to boost my self-esteem in some way by saying, yes, you can do it, if I'm struggling in something in school or whatever it is. But when I'm rereading it, if I just kind of open the book and I pick a page from an old journal, it's like it's for me that day. It's something that helps me get through or brings back to a memory that I need to remember right now. But actually I'm going to do something different. I just wrote something. I wrote a short entry about what it is that I'm doing right now, like in my life. I feel that's important. And then I turned the page and I was going to continue what I was writing, and I wrote this one statement, and I haven't read it yet, but I kind of have a brief idea of what I wrote, but I've been thinking about tape. Anyways, rambling. But I'm actually gonna read it out loud, and hopefully I can find some piece of discovery in it, because it was the most weirdest thing. I got to a point where I wasn't writing anything that seemed like it went together, that it was like an entire paragraph without a period. It was very free-flowing. Call it free verse, whatever. But I think it got somewhere. But I escaped for a second, and it was probably the most beautiful thing. But I will share. If it doesn't sound grammatically correct, I apologize. I just kind of wrote. So it actually might be all one sentence. Anyways, here's how it goes. So we all unite, you and I. We all must not hold hands, carrying these moments. As dancers are translated into still life, we all are changing. At least I notice my own increased height. Perhaps a melody of a tune that's literally painted on my forehead. And they ask why I color me. Why I color my forehead. The only thing spoken is said obvious mentioning not to judge my cover, because my art on my face, a double take moment of your gaze, would be singular now. And yeah, maybe I didn't even know where I was at when I started writing. But I guess sometimes I feel like I do things on purpose to stand out. Not to judge a book by its cover. But why is the cover so important to knowing what's inside? But I'm gonna get a new journal. This one? Yeah. This right here. This right here. It's been nice. It's got lots of memories. But it's got such short pages. I have all kinds of these. Pocket in the back. But I need to buy a new journal. It's on my list. I only got one page left. Well, I hope that was exciting. You just got another piece of randomness.